already said that.
Submitting
It's
of your
always
free
been
will
really
is submitting.
It's
But
against
it's
free
not
will.
free.
How is it free will?
If you
Make up your mind,
choose
Mr. Francis.
eternal damnation.
You just contradicted
No,
yourself.
I haven't.
You said submitting by free will. You just said it.
Choices come with a
by
cost.
free
It's
will.
not
Yes.
free.
To
Yes.
somebody else's
Yes.
will of your free choice is free will.
Thank
but
you.
Not if you are
You're free to go to
There's no
hell as
blackmail. That's a
well.
consequence.
No, it's a threat.
Wait, bro. Do you not realize what you just said? That you said if somebody submits by his free will, yes. I think your look. Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. Your main contention is this: why would God punish someone eternally? That's your main contention. No. So what is your main
My
contention?
main contention is by putting a threat of eternal damnation if you don't do what I say,
Yeah.
makes it not a free choice.
Why? Why?
Because it's not free. You're
Okay.
not
So basically, like I gave you, I don't think you understood the analogy I gave you earlier. Yes. The only difference in the analogy which I gave you of a student and a test is the degree of the consequence. That's all the differences.
No, it's not. It's not the only difference.
So what's the difference?
As I said to you
Go on.
earlier, the difference is that you or your parents have given authority to that teacher to give you a set of consequences that has been agreed by that within the human realm.
Why did you bring parents in?
Yeah, because your parents give the teacher
Wait.
authority.
Do you?
You're at university.
You know right now.
Then you've given the university teacher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So by free will.
But when you
So
were
wait.
born, you
I don't
did
think you
not.
understand it really.
When you were
You're
born-
missing the
Given
point.
When you were born into this world, you said that we didn't have a choice to be born.
Okay, first and foremost, let's take one step at a time because right now you want to go all over the place. Maybe you have realized that what you said is basically nonsensical. When you say by your own will, if you go to attend a test, yes. So for example, right now you could be a student of the Open University, say for example, and you went and attended a test over there, yes. What that means is that you have decided by your own free will to go and submit to the rules of the test, that I will accept the consequence of this test.
Yes.
If I fail, then this will be the consequence.
Yes.
If I pass, this will be the reward. Now you keep mentioning eternal damnation, but you forget the eternal reward as well. No, wait, let me finish. Eternal reward and eternal damnation are a consequence of the test which God has already told you. So it's not like some secret thing that you'll be chucked into hellfire for no reason at all. Now wait. No, let me make this point. In the case of the student who attends a test by his own free will, yes, and he submits to the rules of the test, that he'll accept the consequence. It's by free will. Similarly, you living in this world. Wait. You're living in this world. If you're going to live your entire life of 60, 70, 80 years, whatever it's going to be, yes, at gunpoint, then you would have an excuse on the day of judgment that I submitted to someone who had the gun at my temple, that he could have killed me. But because you do not have such a situation, you live a free life. So you make your choices freely by your own volition. No one's forcing you to do that. When you when you have clearly got the message, and you have come to Speaker's Corner many times, the Muslims have talked to you that when you submit to Allah, this will be the reward. When you reject Allah and His laws, this will be the consequence. So you know the consequence already. No one is forcing you to go either way. You, by your own decision, by your own free will, have decided to reject Allah as a God.
His point is that you don't choose to come into the test that is life. So therefore, it's not the same as going for a test because you just are born.
No,
But I don't
I
agree
already
with
addressed that. I
Yeah.
said, I agree that you did not have the choice. You did not have the choice to come to this world.
You have the
But
choice
because,
once you're
look,
of age.
even if he was an ant or came as a horse, he wouldn't have a choice either.
You've got the choice to thrive
Yes.
or to
Whatever you are now is the test.
Look, you used an
Whatever you are now,
analogy
you say
to make a
Buddhist.
point.
Whatever he
And
means,
that
a human
analogy
being.
is going to university, going to school, and you're giving a degree of your sovereignty to
Yeah.
that teacher to give you a consequence that you do or you don't get it. This is the point that you've just repeated. It's a bad analogy.
Why?
Because when you come into this world, you haven't got a choice about the authority that you're giving away. You're basically under the test of God in your worldview, under the test of God, whether you like it or not, and you have got consequences that you haven't chosen to play the game in. And so the analogy, you may have a point, but the analogy does not work.
Okay, the analogy does work because the reason for you to be in this world and for you to now use your wait a minute.
We're talking logic though, so
The fact
it
that
makes
you're able to rationalize this argument now, even that has been given to you by God. Your existence is for God. Yes? So when God created you, yes, it was for a reason. For you to obey the command of God who created you. Now, if you're going to complain to God, why did you create me as a human? What would you like to be created as, if not a human?
No. The issue that you're making is within the internal logic of a monotheistic religion.
which you
Yeah.
ascribe to
Which I
though.
don't.
You
No,
said
he
there's
doesn't.
only one God.
No, he
said
believes
pan is all-
For him, that thing over there, which is material, is God. This road is a God. The whole universe for him is a God. I don't know how they logically identify that, but I wouldn't consider something not
But he's
sentient even
dictating the
to be
terms
God.
of logic, so let's tread
But that's not
carefully.
logical to
I
use
know.
sentient beings as God.
I think,
Sorry,
I think
non-sentient
you, I
beings
think you
even.
find that this is one big quantum field, and there is no distinguishing of energy particles or.
Yeah, but where did they all come from? Where did God come
Nothing,
from? Where did
apparently.
your material God come from?
Yeah, it is.
It was created. It's a creation of
Where did the
creation of
universe
the Almighty God.
originate? How did it come to expand? But because it's
It's not eternal.
expanding.
No scientist says it's eternal.
Hold on.
No scientist
Not
says
from a
it's eternal.
scientific viewpoint.
In
No,
fa-
and not from a
Do you
religious
know
viewpoint.
what? Do you know the laws of thermodynamics doesn't
It's
make it possible
expanding into
for it to
what?
be? Do you know something called entropy?
Yes.
Entropy wouldn't allow the universe to be eternal. Based on the laws of physics of this very universe, it wouldn't be eternal. So don't tell me it's eternal because no scientist, no credible scientist says it's eternal.
They do.
Well, name me one.
Him.
I don't think he's a scientist.
He is now.
He wouldn't have studied
But the
eternal.
fact is that it's expanding, so it's expanding into something as a result of a force at the beginning, which
Yeah.
goes outwards. So it must have a central point in time.
It
as
must
well
have a
as
begin-
space.
a beginning.
And in the beginning, God said,
Every star that you are in, or every place that you are in the
Yeah.
universe, everything is expanding outward from that.
exactly.
Every
So it's
position
not
that you're
eternal.
In,
There was a
everything-
Which means
So
at
in
some
the
point it was smaller. Now it's
No, what I
God
mean
said
is
so.
that everything is a centre of that expansion.
no,
yeah, but expansion.
no. But that's not true. what you
Expansion
said.
actually implies that at some point it wasn't that big. It was smaller than that. Yes, which means
And
it
then
was
before that it
finite,
was smaller
which
again,
means
and
it wasn't
smaller again, and
eternal,
smaller
as you
again.
keep saying. There's no evidence you have that the universe was eternal because entropy wouldn't allow it. The
So
law.
have that.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into it because
Of course you wouldn't because you
Ah,
wouldn't be
too
able
good,
to.
too good.
You wouldn't be.
But that's all your God.
You know, you said earlier. You said illogical. What you just said is illogical. That the universe is
But we
eternal.
have to use your logic
quantum field
when you're
theory that I
clearly
can't
irreligious.
You can't just throw words like quantum field theory and expect it to be eternal. No quantum field theory says it's eternal.
That Paul was an apostle, but we've now
Yeah.
come to this guy's
By the way, you know your earlier question that you didn't have a choice to come to this world.
idea of God.
You don't have to worry about that. You know why? Because you already are here.
So he says that
Well,
basically
The fact that
idea of,
the fact that you are here,
The point that I'm making that
as
you're not
a
really
gun to
addressing
your head,
is that
and
it's
therefore
not a
free
free
will is
choice.
kind of
it is.
No.
It is. Once you're here, it is a free choice.
You haven't had the
Get
choice
out
that
of
you're
it
in.
without
You haven't got the choice
You
of
can't
who your
choose to say,
parents are.
"I'm out."
You haven't got a choice where
you know
you're
what I mean?
born
We don't-
to. You haven't got a choice which body you're in. You haven't got a choice about a whole load of things.
Okay, what would you have done?
No, wait.
Let me ask you a fair question. Yeah, I heard you. Let me ask you one question. Let's say you had a choice to come this world. Would you be a human or something else?
I've no idea.
Well, you're talking hypothetically, so I'm asking you a hypothetical
Would you
question.
like another
Yes?
viewpoint? This gentleman wanted to be involved somewhat. I've explained the
If you-
premise, and he said, nah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Exactly.
I want to know your question. No, but it's
you had just
it's
gone there.
be-
Then we'd
no
have-
you talked a lot about free will. So I'm asking you, using your free will, what
I
would
haven't
you,
got free will.
no from your perspective?
I haven't got free will.
So you're saying from your pantheistic perspective, you have no free will. So you're no different to us then. So why are you objecting all this time? I don't. So all of a sudden you're saying you have no free will even in your own worldview.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because in my own worldview,
After all that.
How can you choose to
in my
answer that
own
question in
worldview-
the affirmative?
In my own worldview,
He's got no choice.
compared to your two worldviews,
Uh-huh,
the
which you know so
difference
well
is-
after 10 minutes.
is that no one is to blame. That is the difference.
Everyone is to
What-
blame. That's the point.
I know that's the difference.
Wait, so you're saying
No,
what?
everyone is
so,
to blame from a
so let me get this
Christian
right. You're telling.
Everyone's responsible.
So
but
you're.
no one's
Wait,
to blame.
You're
Everybody's to
telling me that
blame.
if you commit a crime, you're not to be blamed?
Everyone's responsible.
Everybody sins against
their
God.
No. Answer the question. If you commit a crime, are you to be blamed?
It depends who defines.
You.
It depends on who defines
Your
the crime.
definition
Okay.
of a crime.
Your definition.
Sherlock.
Do you know what? Wait. Do you know what a crime means?
Yes.
What is a crime?
Breaking the laws of the local country.
Yeah, and if you did that, would you be accountable?
I don't know because I may.
Doesn't know.
You see what I mean? That's a.
Accountable to a magistrate.
If
If
I
you're
go
caught.
to another country,
Yeah.
and I don't know what the laws of that country are.
No, but if you knew.
Ignorance is no
but
defence.
You're changing the.
I'm
And
not.
that's what God
I'm not.
says.
If you
You
commit a
define. I
crime-
defined it as crime, and you gave me the definition as well.
So using your definition, are you accountable for your
It's called
choices that led
nuance.
to the
It's
crime?
called nuance.
Okay, nuance. Let's say nuance.
No, it's called
Using.
sarcasm.
Okay, using nuance. If you want to call it that, no problem. Let's say you went to a country. Yes, any country you go, is murder wrong? Any country.
Are there any countries where it's
You're broad-
legal?
Yeah.
Broadening the issue.
No. You are.
You're
You know what you're doing.
understating the
You.
issue.
Yeah, exactly. You are now trying to be. For some reason, you're trying to reject the obvious. You're completely rejecting what many consider to be obvious. For example, you don't even need to be in a country, any country,
Stealing is
even
wrong.
even a person who has never come to a civilized world, who might be living in a forest somewhere, even they would know to take the life of another person is wrong instinctively. They would know this because
written on
this
your
is
heart.
something which we call fitra in Islam. That means you are programmed in such a way as a human being that you would know when you harm someone, kill someone, instinctively you would know that is wrong.
Can I just say, how do you get that fitra?
Fitra is
Yeah.
programmed into you
Programmed by who?
by God.
By Allah.
Muslims
Yes.
or
And how do you get your soul?
Say again?
How do you get your soul?
Again from Allah.
From Allah?
Yes.
How do you get your body?
Same.
Don't you get your
Everything
body
that
from
is yours,
your mother's womb?
everything that is yours, including your mother, they came from Allah.
So we've got the fitra, we've got the soul, and we've got the body.
Yeah, they are.
It's the Trinity. It's the Trinity.
Is that supposed to be a joke?
potentially, but it's a pretty poor.
Now that you know what he has done because he couldn't answer a
completely
logical question.
avoided the question.
Yeah, exactly. This is called basically smokes and mirrors. That's what he has done. You're very good at that.
I
What
can
is the
answer
answer?
that.
You
Is
can
it
answer, of
murder?
course.
I can answer the question.
Go for it.
When was your free pay?
Murder is wrong. You know that. You know that. Would you be accountable if you murdered? The reason you're not answering.
I pay these sets of questions.
No, but you haven't answered my question. My question is that do you know that murder is wrong?
The universe.
I've answered you.
No, you haven't. You haven't answered. You haven't answered the question. Do you believe that murder is wrong?
Do I believe it's wrong?
Yes.
Sorry, what's my question?
No, wait.
Oh,
Let him
sorry,
answer the question first. I'm surprised you have to think about this.
No, because in the construct of a non-dual world, obviously murder is considered wrong.
In your worldview, is murder wrong?
World.
In your worldview, is murder wrong?
And I think that the fabric of reality accepts that these things happen. It's not a
Morally
personal
wrong.
thing.
I'm not saying if it happens or not. I'm asking you. In your worldview, is murder considered to be wrong?
It has,
Would you mind if it happened to you?
You see, he can't even answer this simple question, and then he's asking
Would
us.
you care if it happened to your loved one?
well, it happens. Isn't it? I accept that happens in reality.
But you're not
But
nature,
do-
you're a human being.
Is it desirable?
No, but you earlier said no one is accountable.
And he's talking about crime.
If it happens, wait. If it happens, and you just admitted it happens, who should be held accountable for that?
Okay, can I just
He won't answer.
I will
He won't answer that
The
question.
murderer. Do I get a
that,
point?
and I was going to ask Kay about this, but the answer to that is
Yeah.
that I said to you, and you're saying about accountability, I'm saying that people have responsibility to not murder, for instance.
Based on what moral value?
Hold on. They have responsibility.
He's a pantheist. He's a
They
pantheist.
have responsibility, but they don't have blame. There's no point in blaming a murderer. They are the product of all that's happened before them, their circumstances, their parenting,
Is
their
it for real?
genetics, they are the product of that. It's not to say you wouldn't put them in prison to protect the public, but they are not to blame for who they are.
So none of the
If they're-
criminals are basically guilty. They all have some reason.
Victims, they're all
They all have some reason. Come on, seriously?
I love this. The Jewish, the Christians, the Muslims.
Amen.
The logical ones and the illogical ones.
Can I ask you a question? If you had the guy,
If you do not hold a criminal accountable for his crime, then you do not live in a civilized world.
I said you hold them accountable, but they're not
Not
to blame. They're
planned as in like many
responsible
gods,
for their
as in
actions.
one
But there's no point vilifying them or saying that
So now you're saying they're accountable.
they're responsible.
Are they accountable?
Well, in that
But not
sense,
to
they're
blame.
accountable. Yeah. They're
But earlier you denied it. You said nobody's accountable.
They're not blame. I said not to blame.
Now you're using semantics like here.
Hold on, shush. Can I take your wallet, please? Because I'm the victim of my wallet's been taken before.
No, I
Take
got
your
better. Give
wallet.
me the keys to your home.
I think you don't understand. You see.
No, I do understand. I think you're obvious.
Give me the keys to your home.
He doesn't have a wallet because
I
he's
don't blame you, my children.
And give me the address as well.
you're not my dad. That's for sure.
ask you a question. If you've got a fellow over there, there's camping,
Is it stopped?
and he takes out an iPhone,
Yeah, well.
right? And you tell him,
It's alright.
do that, and he says, I know it's wrong, I know I'm doing a bad thing, and he stops standing.
So why is he doing
Is he
it?
accountable?
Just for fun. In this scenario, just for fun.
He knows it's wrong. and
Yes.
he's still
Why is he doing it?
For fun.
Sorry, why is he doing
Please
what?
say for
Why is
fun.
he going to stab a number of people?
For fun.
You don't know and you don't care.
He might be a psychopath.
For fun.
Why is he doing
Yes.
You made up the story. So what's the answer? Why is he doing it?
For a very intricate reason that the universe knows.
Okay, and then he's going to stab.
Has anyone got time on?
Is that a realistic construct?
Oh gosh, is it realistic to say that the universe is
time?
eternal?
What's the
No,
time?
it's not. No, it's not.
So the point is,
I don't know. We got another person come in, so we had to go with the pantheist. Guys, can you make this into two videos? The cave with the Christians and the pantheists, a separate argument.
Logic versus illogic is a type.
That I agree with you, because he's contradicted himself many times.
his choice to be in
Okay,
that state of
not to be in
mind.
that state of mind, but to do it, he is to blame.
No, not to blame. He's responsible for his actions.
It's semantics.
How is he held
Semantics, come on, you know that. It is semantics.
means there's a bear consequence for what I do. And
Everyone's
what way
got
is he bearing-
consequences.
And
You
what's
only
the
have to
consequences that he bears?
The consequences is that he will potentially be put in prison to protect.
But for
the
no fault of
society.
his own. For no fault of his own. Just
Well,
bad
okay,
luck, I guess.
Well, yeah, it is actually.
So you're saying you don't agree with the whole moral value system? And
Please,
that-
God,
Actually, no, forget it. You don't believe in any justice system, in other words.
No.
So you're saying that all justice systems are wrong,
It's just to protect the
according to him.
Public protection. Yeah.
Oh man.
I wonder what.
No consequence.
No,
not
public
asking,
protection
where did you
has
get
got
your
consequences.
No,
arrived
we're
from?
not,
Where
so
did
if
you
we
get
were,
this?
sorry,
He's
if
a
we were
pantheist,
living
yeah.
in a, if we were living in a very small village, there's maybe 5 of us.
All right,
we're
I think we should
quite
wrap up now.
armed,
It's been
we're
long,
all,
yeah?
we're all able to defend
because
ourselves, and he kills
can't-
a baby. But there are only 5 people in the village. We can easily demolish him physically, but we decide we'll put him in prison. It's not to protect.
He doesn't
us,
believe in justice
It's a
system.
consequence
That's what
of
it
his
is. Yeah.
action.
For him, there's no good and evil.
No,
Do you
there's
believe in
no
good and
good.
evil?
He's killed them.
I don't think he does.
No
I
justice
don't-
system, there's no good and
I
evil.
don't label behaviours in the terms of good and evil.
So what
bet
do
it's
you
a
define
false
as good and evil?
I just told you I don't.
Everything's
define things
illogical
in
in this
that
argument,
Man, there's
unfortunately.
no good and evil.
Well, these.
Are there men and women?
I see a lot
Are
of
there
good and evil in
genders?
this world.
Yeah. Are there genders, sir?
Let's not broaden this. It's bad
It's not
enough.
broadening it. We're talking about men,
I see a lot
humankind killing.
Where do you arrive your belief from? Where does it
Pantheism, apparently.
Yeah.
From his own mind. Is there an
Do you
external
see
truth
that as a
source for you?
logical- You see that logical?
Evidently, I do. Yes.
That a murderer is only punished to protect the public, not for his actions. It's not
I know it's not logical. You know that as well.
I know it. Tony. I tell you.
How can it be logical when you don't even believe that there is good and bad in this world?
There's no
Which
free
is
will.
obvious.
The murderer had to murder because there's no free
It's
will,
obvious.
Hashim.
For
He
all-
says so.
Hold on. For all 3 representatives of the major
Abrahamic-
Islamic religions,
I'm honoured,
welcome.
sir.
Here's a possibility. that
You're talking
that
nonsense.
humanity has created a god-like system, a monotheistic god system that puts the power of their society into a more powerful kind of godlike system, and that has been propagated throughout time to create a degree of social control, not necessarily.
getting
No.
into
Did they do it with free will?
Not
Did they have
necessarily.
free will when
Not
they
Let him
created
finish, guys. Let him
Can I
finish.
say something first? No.
Okay.
No. So you've got this construct, and this construct you
Stemming
would
from
put
innate
into
goodness.
this eternal construct of society. Now, one of the things that you can define is your consciousness, but there's what's more possible. What's more hypothetically possible? So, for instance, if another out of solar system set of beings created humans through genetic engineering and then wanted to be treated like the god and the creator of those humans, then you would be potentially worshipping that group of creators. However, those creators have a consciousness, so that consciousness is actually universal out of time and space.
So you-
in a sense, what is actually the observer consciousness in them is the universal consciousness that I'm talking about.
No, but your universal consciousness, define that. Define universal